Good evening, Muscular Enjoyers. I hope you're doing alright. As you can see, it's January 3rd, and it is time for the first abnormal buy orders of 2024. Yes. Now, first things first, you're probably sitting there and saying, Hedge, what is an abnormal skin? Can you explain real quickly? I can do better. If you look in the description of this video that you're watching right now, you'll see two videos are listed right there in front of you. One of them is a short video, which will very briefly but quickly explain everything in 60 seconds in regards to what abnormal skins are. But the second video, which is 20 minutes long, will go a little bit more in depth and explain properly how this all works out and why we care. In short, we're trying to do a very quick buy order on all the skins that literally just become marketable, because it's basically first come, first serve in regards to the buy order priority. If you're the fastest person to put down a buy order for a reasonable price, when people list their skins for fairly cheap or, ridiculously low, you're the one who picks them up. And you can then sell them for their proper price and make some sweet, delicious looking profit. So yes, we're racing each other to try and put down a very good buy order, and hopefully as time goes on, we pick them up for a fairly decent price and sell them for a much better price. It's all about investing profits and whatnot. So yeah, that's not too hard to comprehend. You've seen all of my videos, you know what you're in for. Okay, cool. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to go look at the likes of the Legacy Kevlar Kilt, the Berserker Thompson, the Bombshell Sheet Door, and the Damascus Furnace. Those are our abnormal skins for today. We're going to be figuring out prices we want to offer for them. And then, of course, later on, we will have the actual skins become marketable, and we'll be doing the buy orders. And then afterwards, we'll look at the buy order support, look at them, and get a good idea. Is it looking to be perfectly fine to actually go ahead and buy some of these skins? Understand? Cool. But also, after we discuss the prices for the abnormal skins, we'll also discuss the prices for the regular skins. The regular skins being the skins that only become marketable when the Rust Store rotates tomorrow, which is going to be the first Rust Store for 2024, and it is expected to be an early Rust Store. So, typically, when we have a force wipe, we'll have an update, won't we? But what also usually happens is, with that Rust Store, it's usually released an hour before the force wipe is released. So for me, that would be like 6 o'clock in the evening, UK time. I don't know what your time zones are, but basically in about 20 hours time from now, that is when I expect the Rust Store to rotate. What skins potentially might appear tomorrow? Well, we'll discuss that a little bit later, because like I said, first things first, we need to go ahead and talk about the abnormal skins, and we need to figure out what prices we might want to offer for all of them. Sounds good? Let's jump straight in. Legacy Kevlar Kilt. So I've been very optimistic about this pretty quickly. Like, the very second I saw it, I was very surprised to see it, and instantly, the first thing I mentioned was, you got a very nice batch of skins here that can instantly match up with the likes of Blackout. From what you can see here, you can blend it in with the likes of the Blackout hoodie and pants, the leather gloves and the boots. That's cool, but you don't have to do it with just that. There are other cheaper options you could do, like just the simple black hoodie. You could go get some pirate pantaloons. There are a lot of ways in which you can get a full black set for a fairly decent price, for a decent budget. But we are here to properly discuss the future of this kilt, because there's one very notable thing that we have to be aware of. Compare it with the tier 3 armor, and what do you see? The sales are not matching up whatsoever in favor of the kilt. The Legacy tier 3 armor sold a stupid amount, like an insane amount for its week that it was available, and then for some strange reason, it persisted into another week. Yes, these skins were in the Rust Store for 2 weeks. Why did that happen? We don't know, and Facepunch never revealed why. Anyway, this chest plate right here, 56,000 bare minimum sales. This Legacy Kevlar face mask, 65,000 bare minimum sales. That is a ridiculously high amount, isn't it? And with this only doing 26,500 bare minimum sales? That doesn't match up at all, does it? No. So in theory, right, if there's only so many of these, but a lot more of these, typically with a collection of clothing and armor skins, the core piece with the lowest amount of sales overall tends to be the piece that ends up becoming the most expensive. Let me show you something. Forest Raiders. You're going to be surprised by this. Even though the marginal difference in terms of sales is very small, it proves to be a big difference. So, highest estimated total supply, you've got the hoodie, the chest plate, the face mask, the pants, and then over to here we have the road sign pants. Only by a little bit, but it is still the lowest selling piece out of all the main core pieces. Then look at it by price, and then, of course, that little difference proves to be a pretty funny difference then, doesn't it? It's also now the most expensive piece. And it's only a difference of a few thousand, but in theory, there's only so many complete collections that can be, well, owned. And then there'll be excess amounts of the other pieces. but the lowest amount, the skin with the lowest amount, there's only so much of it. So back over to here, where the likes of Legacy Kevlar, there is a lot less of these compared to these. Now, the next optimism, the next positive thing that we had to discuss is, are there going to be any more Legacy pieces? Are there going to be any more Legacy Kevlar clothing and armor pieces? Gentlemen, I'm sure many of you are well aware that I do my Rust Workshop skin checks videos every single week, which I can quickly show to you over to here. Yes. Now, the most recent video, we have a very interesting pair of skins that appeared. Oh, yes. If we just take a look at the collection right here, scroll down to the bottom, and what do we see in the clothing and armor spot right there? Gentlemen, we have Legacy Kevlar hoodie and pants. Guys, I am very optimistic for this Legacy Kevlar kilt, because I can't help but feel like there's a very, 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 very good chance we will see the likes of Legacy Kevlar hoodie and pants being accepted. Number one, what is it competing against? When you look at the likes of what we have, I mean, there is Damascus Tier 2, there is the Tier 3 armor here, there's the other hoodie and pants there. You do have the likes of Abyss Roadstone gloves and boots as well. I mean, honestly, if you did that with that in a Rust store, sorry. It's still cool, Hollowed. No, it's just I need this more. Yeah, that would be an insane Rust store. So, potentially on the horizon, tomorrow or next week, we will probably see Legacy Kevlar hoodie and pants being accepted. Now, a nice little push to remind ourselves, that kilt, I believe it was very quick, like, it was an early pick, like the very second that this could be picked, it was. Alright? I can't help but feel like the same thing's going to happen to the hoodie and pants. And I can't help but think, when you make a comparison to like the Blackout collection, which is doing very well at the moment, not too surprising, the hoodie and pants are both above $20. For the pair of them right now, it costs about $50. And I'm not joking, you can see that right there. Kilt's also doing quite alright. So overall, with the likes of this more specifically, if we were to see Legacy Kevlar hoodie and pants being accepted, I can't help but think a lot of people are going to buy in an insane amount on Legacy Kevlar. So much so that that kilt is definitely going to be the lowest selling piece out of all the Legacy Kevlar set. If this is $20+ each, and Legacy Kevlar most likely will be $2.49 when the hoodie and pants potentially come out, yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be jumping on. I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. Blackout might potentially take a bit of a hit, but overall, with that Legacy Kevlar kilt more specifically, I do believe it's going to be the one that has the lowest sales overall, and in the future, gradually, as time goes on, well, what do you reckon's going to happen to it? What do you reckon's going to happen when the whole set just, is just out there? I can't help but feel like the kilt's going to be the one that gradually becomes the most expensive piece out of all of it. Now, this is all potential, probability, maybe, but based on the traction, momentum that Legacy Kevlar has had, why wouldn't Facepunch want to accept it? Tomorrow is January Force Wipe, the first Force Wipe for the year. We just had a very good Christmas in terms of player count. We're all like, let me kind of get this into your head. When you have like the whole when you have like the whole month with a with Rust. So there'll be a Force Wipe. During the first week, you have a lot of people playing because loads of people prefer to play when it's a fresh wipe. Next week, well, I mean, time has gone on. People are probably super stacked and whatnot. Maybe less people playing by then. The week after that, well, yeah, quite a lot of people probably left the server. And by the last week, it's usually dead. We're literally on the cusp, like at the very end of the cycle, and yet we still had over 100,000 people playing today. Not too long ago, when we look at the likes of the very beginning of December, we only had about 65,000 people playing. So that is a very noticeable difference. And we're about to have Force Wipe, and that is we're expecting to see a ton of people jumping in and playing the game and whatnot. So, if we do have Legacy Kevlar hoodie pants in tomorrow, all of those people that are going to be playing the game are going to see that in the Rust store. And that, again, leads me to believe if we were to have hoodie and pants being accepted tomorrow, that will lead to that having even more sales compared to the likes of this. So overall, guys, that Legacy Kevlar kilt is in a very, 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 very good position. It's cheaper, a lot cheaper compared to the likes of the Blackout kilt. There is a very good chance we're going to see a new core piece being accepted, that being hoodie and pants and whatnot. It sold a lot less than what I was expecting. I thought this was going to do between 30 to 40,000, more specifically 35 to 40,000. That has sold nowhere near. I mean, it's somewhat close, but still thousands away. That right there is looking to be a skin you could actually go ahead and buy. Now, of course, I do want to do my bilders first. I will do that. But honestly, guys, I'm looking at this and thinking I'm actually just considering buying. So in terms of the price that we could offer for it, $2 to $2.49. Go all the way. Go all in. Like, go in. For a lot of you who have to pay taxes when you make a direct purchase, you're probably going to prefer to want to do like a $2.50 buy order. And I'm not surprised, and I don't blame you, because with the potential positives, the potential optimism, what could come next and whatnot, have I expressed myself enough? Can you hear it with my words, my tone, that I do believe this is probably one of the best things you could go ahead and buy? Now, will this do it right in the short term? Yes, potentially. Like, even if we don't get the likes of the hoodie pants being accepted, I can't help I can't help but think it's still going to do all right. Yes, there are other kilts out there that are a fair bit cheaper. You could take a look at the likes of the Pirate Kilt, for example, so just over to here. But that Legacy Kevlar Kilt is matte black. Pirate Kilt still has a bit of weird coloration to it and whatnot. It's still mostly black, and it's still a perfectly fine, cheaper budget option for a full black set. That's cool. But that kilt specifically, I wouldn't assume that's going to be dead either. But this right here, I consider it to be a lot better compared to the likes of Dragon Rage. Yep, Dragon Rage Kilt, remember this? This used to be the cheap option. So Dragon Rage Kilt used to be the cheap option, but what does it have on the kilt? It's got that gold trim to it. Stands out a bit too much compared to the rest of like the black skins. Doesn't look as good. There's a good reason as to why this is selling for $1.73, but last year, what else did we see? Black Gold Kilt. Well, not last year, 2022. Black Gold Kilt doesn't have as much gold in it. And you can see the big difference. Mostly black, only slight gold trim, $9. And it's not too hard to understand. So, overall, by default, with this perfectly fine, mostly black kilt that you see right here, guys, honestly, do I need to say any more? Do I need to say any more? I'm pretty sure that is looking to be a perfectly fine purchase. But in terms of a buy order, just go all in. You could play it safe a little bit, offer $2. Don't blame you. But just offer $2.50. It ain't gonna get any cheaper. Like I can't imagine it ever going down that much. Maybe during the likes of the upcoming spring season, you know, with the likes of the CS2 major taking place not too soon, like in 2 months' time, basically. In 2 months' time. And then, of course, we'll get all the new content, stickers, capsules, packages. Yeah, loads of people very likely want to liquidate their skins. Will that potentially go down in price around then? I expect all skins to go down by then. But then we have the summer afterwards. So that kilt, short term, long term, it's still looking good for it. I can't see it staying $2.50 forever. And again, with the amount of sales that we've seen, it just doesn't compare to the tier 3. And I don't think it will compare to the potential hoodie and pants either. So I'm going to do a strong buy order. And then I'm also going to do a very, very nice purchase of them as well. A few hundred? Yeah, sure. I'm happy with that. And why is it okay to consider purchasing them? Like I said, with the likes of the post-Christmas properly expecting to kick off tomorrow, you are expecting that all of the skins that we bought, you know, I don't know how big your inventory is. Mine's a bit on the larger side. Yeah, all skins are expected to have a nice increase in demand, and that, of course, leads to a nice increase in price because loads of people are returning tomorrow, the expectation. If you were to go ahead and buy some things now, you would probably know that there is a very good chance you're going to max out your Steam account selling all of your Rust skins. And you will reach a point where you have to buy things just to be able to continue selling your Rust skins. And it is advisable that you do that because the prices that the Rust skins are about to become aren't going to be reaching those prices again until the very good points of summertime, which is not for another 6 months or so. So basically, to make a purchase now is going to be very useful for you. Because if you have a lot of Rust skins to sell with the upcoming, you know, rest of this month, you've basically already made a very good purchase that in the long term will be perfectly fine. If you're to treat it like a bond, that bond's going to appreciate over time and it's going to give you a lot more money back. Potentially. But at the very least, if it gave your money back, that's still good, isn't it? So, yeah, to make a very good purchase now is totally fine, knowing that you're going to be selling a whole bunch of stuff fairly soon. So that Legacy Kevlar kilt, positive, good. I'm fully behind it. I feel like that's got a very, very fun future ahead of it. If it only goes up by $1 at the end of the day, I think it's going to be a very reliable dollar and it's still a profit. All right. So I've said my words. If you want to play it a little bit safe, offer $2. If you want to go all in, and I will, $2.50. I know, it's selling for $2.50 in a Rust store now, but don't matter. It don't matter. And I'm aware, like I said, some countries, some people who buy skins directly, they have to pay an extra bit of tax. But to do a very strong bargain on the Steam market instead, well, you don't have to pay that tax then, I think. So overall, you do what you want to do. We'll find out how that all kicks off in a short while later. Shall we move on? Because I think I rambled on that for about 20 minutes. Berserker Thompson. Okay. I like this Thompson. I think it's got a very nice future ahead of it as well. I just don't imagine it's going to hold its value just as good as the likes of that Kilt, for example. So for $3, this has only sold 12,400 bare minimum sales. Let's just quickly compare that. As you can see, we have a whole set of Berserker right here. We do have some select weapons as well. Now, these weapons, Berserker AR, down 15%, you might sit there and say that's bad. Well, if you were to compare that to all the other AKs that exist, that's actually one of the better performing AKs. So that's doing okay. Berserker MP5, exact same thing. MP5s in general, not exactly doing super well, but that's only down by 7%. So in short, this is actually a well-liked collection. This collection as a whole very likely will be doing much better during the likes of January, over the course of these next couple of weeks or so. This right here hasn't sold that much. And when you compare it to all the other Thompsons that have come out literally just the previous year, 2023 to be more precise, when you compare it by like sales overall and whatnot, it actually hasn't sold that much. Yeah, it's still in the, it's like slap bang in the middle. And when you actually look at it, when you actually get a good closer look at the design, the nice teeth, it does look really cool. And I could see a lot of people appreciating it. Aim down the sight, what do you see? Useful, yellowy white aim sight, good for all environments. So overall, gentlemen, I could imagine this is going to do all right based on the fact that people like the collection, based on the fact that people like using Thompsons, based on the fact that it looks very cool. I just don't think it's going to be doing insane numbers. Will it do better as time goes on? Yeah, sure, Thompsons do tend to do that. But it's probably a case of I'm not going to be going all the way like the Kilt. In terms of price to offer for this, how low could it potentially go? Well, there's one more thing that we have to discuss real quickly. How many Thompsons do you reckon we might see in 2024? Because for 2023, we were given 17. Compare that to the previous year, we had 11. Before that, 13. Gradually over time, we're getting more and more and more. And maybe the skins might become less special. That's something I'm not happy to say. But it's definitely something I'm becoming a little bit more aware of. So overall, maybe we might want to consider that. Maybe you want to be more well aware that, during the bad times of 2023, Thompsons did do pretty bad, but none of them went below $1. That is one very specific detail. I'll keep bringing it up. Thompsons are very reliable, well loved, high gun demand, high demand for skins, which of course leads to prices doing a whole lot better. So as of tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised with all those Thompsons. Get a quick look at this, right? All the Thompsons that came out last year. Get a good look at this. Look at these in about a week's time and make a comparison to here. How much better does it look next week? We shall see. So I'm optimistic in hopes that it's going to do a lot better. But the likes of this skin in particular, I'm going to sit here and say we could probably do a barter of between $1.50 to $2.20. Will that go low at some point? Yes, it will go low at some point. Many skins did suffer last year, Thompson skins to be precise, but that hasn't sold a ridiculous amount. That is part of a well-liked collection. It's got a very cool design to it, useful aim sight and whatnot. I can see a lot of people appreciating it. People like Berserk. So yeah, $1.50 to $2.20. I can envision it going down a little bit, but for a reasonable price, everything's good for a profit potentially. So that Thompson, I like it. But I don't know if I'm going to end up buying some. I'm not sure. If I have ridiculous money, I'll probably go buy some whatnot. But I haven't made a ridiculous amount of sales at the moment. And if anything, my purchasing is going to probably go towards like this Kilt. So, awkward. But, So that right there, I like it. But it's just not as special as this. So it's going to do all right. But it's still expected to go below its rust price at some point. So shall we move on? Shall we proceed to talking about this Bombshell sheet metal door? This was another instance where I looked at it and I thought, that's going to probably do about 20,000 plus sales. Nope. Only 11,461 bare minimum sales. That has not matched up to my expectations whatsoever. So now we have to quickly showcase its rival. What do you mean, Hedge? Well, we need to quickly talk about the Brutalist sheet metal door skin. I've done this several times over the past week, but I have to keep bringing up this point. Recently, all of these skins have definitely had a lot of commotion about them. There's been a lot of endorsement, and a lot of people have been bringing up that the pay-to-win aspect with the see-through mesh is really ridiculous. Now, I did make a comparison between these doors, and I'm going to show it to you again in a second, but from what you can see here, this is currently sitting here at $5, only 150 on the Steam market. Look at the sales listings. They're all spread out. If, just a few people wanted to buy some of these, it's going up in price pretty easily. Nothing stopping there. There's only 103, and then when you look at what's down here, more than half of them are listed above $8. So yeah, funny that. Yeah, that's going up in price as of tomorrow. Wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. Gentlemen, if this keeps getting more and more expensive, I can't help but feel like people are going to have to look around for another option. So this is where we're going to showcase the comparison video. So again, from my Rust or Rotation video, literally just from a few days ago. Remember, I always add chapters to my videos if you want to skip ahead to a certain point. But this is the nice comparison that we have. We have Bombshell to the left, and of course, we got Brutalist to the right. Let's just get a good look at the vision. Now, in that window, it's diagonal, but you can see quite a lot. You just got to kind of move around a fair bit just to get a good look. You can see low quite all right. With the likes of this, so much vision to the sides, but you can't see low that much. So yeah, that point where you can see a little bit lower with the diagonal point, very useful. However, that Brutalist sheet metal door also has the little bit in the bottom left. You can see feet. Feet! Isn't that wonderful, people? Wonderful, yes. So in terms of overall vision, you do get a fair bit more out of the likes of the Brutalist sheet metal door. It edges it out. It is still somewhat better. I can't say no. The pay-to-win aspect in that is a level above. So back over to here. If that keeps getting bought out, keeps rising up in price, if it does go up to $8 and beyond, I can't help but feel like a lot of people can't afford that. So now we go back over to here. Brutalist Bombshell sheet metal door. Only $3. So right now, a much more affordable option. But like I was trying to allude to you, just because it's not as good as the Brutalist sheet metal door doesn't mean it's it doesn't mean it's trash. No, you still have a lot of vision from there. It's glow in the dark, it's part of a set, you got a lot of see-through vision. How often do you reckon we're going to see more sheet metal doors with transparency anytime soon? Well, you can't rule out the possibility of sheet metal doors as Twitch drops with transparency. We do have to be aware of that. That could happen in 2024. But that right there is still good. It's still very good. Like if the Brutalist sheet metal door did not exist, that would be $8 easily. Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised in the slightest. So this has also sold nothing. Like 11,500. Is that it? When you compare that to the Brutalist sheet metal door, Brutalist has like 20,000. This right here, only 11,461. So this is something where we're going to showcase another comparison in a second. But are you going to load up? Are you good? Are you good? There we go. Perfect. Thank you. Brutalist sheet metal door did about 20,000 sales. This, at the moment, only 11,400. Probably by tomorrow, 12,000. That is just far too little. And we have seen something very recently happen with another Bombshell door, where it just didn't sell that much, but I knew the demand was still going to be very good, and it ended up going up in price ever so nice. And that was the most recent Bombshell door just before this, the double sheet metal door. That right now is selling for $5.86, almost $6. It sold for $2.49. What happened? What's this weird thing that you've been talking about? So basically, if we could get a much better look at the likes of this, just to see how it's currently standing with the listings and whatnot, this double sheet metal door came out at a very, very, very awkward time. But that awkward time proved to be a very good benefit for it, based on would it be a nice investment. So this is where I have to go to the items section and show to you the Blizzard ID double sheet metal door. All right? Do you see how we're getting a bit of a funny thing going on here? This double sheet metal door was a free skin that came out literally just before this Bombshell double door came out. So Blizzard ID, Blizzard did, there we go. This is crazy good. About 300,000 people picked this up. Let's just, 267,912. All right. And then when you take a look at it on the workshop, you can see transparency, glow in the dark, ridiculous. It's maddening. That literally came out 2 weeks before the likes of the Bombshell skin came out. What happened is, because it sold so little, because a lot of people didn't really feel the need to get it, well, a lot of people missed out on that Blizzard ID double sheet metal door. And I knew for a fact that we weren't going to see that many other sheet metal double doors appearing anytime soon, skins that is. So gradually over time, because this sold hardly anything and there's only so much of it in circulation and it doesn't really replenish very easily, It went up in price easily. It just kept going up and 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 up. And look at it now. Now it could easily go up even further. So, do you understand, with the likes of the Brutalist Sheep Matador coming first, we're going through the whole process all over again. This came out before this just came out, but that caused this to go up in price ever so nice. So, back over to here with the likes of that, it feels like the whole scenario is replaying all over again. And that has sold less than the Sheep Metal Double Door, to be precise. I have to point that out. That has sold less. So, in conclusion, whilst the Brutalist overall is a fair bit better, this is still ridiculous. And if Brutalist ends up going up to around and potentially above $10 a piece, people are going to have to look for other options. And that right there is a perfect option. So overall, I do look at that and think that's also looking to have a very nice future ahead of it now. Not as strong as the likes of the Kilt, but still strong. Honestly, you could actually go ahead and buy this. And I'm not joking. So, yeah. Basically, with the likes of that Sheep Matador, I think we're going to probably do buy orders of $2.50 to $3, and I'm not joking. I think we can just go in. Just go in. Brutalist is going to keep having loads of videos talking about it throughout 2024, whether it's TikTok or YouTube. This is a pay-to-win skin. This is a pay-to-win skin set. The Garage Door, the Armored Door, the Sheep Matador, they're all ridiculous. Go buy them. They're amazing. Oh my god. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that keeps happening. And as of tomorrow, when loads of people return to play the game, they're going to go want to buy the best skins, aren't they? The pay-to-win skins, the ones that are going to give them the edge. Look at the quantities of these right now. I wonder how low that could potentially go. I wonder how many people list theirs as well. We'll see how it all turns out. $6, $5. What will they be in a month's time? We're going to find out, aren't we, people? We are going to find out. But that price will definitely impact that price. Okay? So, I know that was a ramble, and I'm very sorry, but I feel like I've opened your mind up a little bit there, and you probably do feel a little bit optimistic that that's going to do quite all right as time goes on. It has sold so low. It has sold so low. For a skin of its caliber, yes, it's basically going through the whole routine of what this did. And that didn't really struggle, it just instantly went up, just instantly trended upwards. I should have got a lot more. I should have, but I didn't, because I'm stupid. I didn't have that much money back then. October wasn't exactly a great time, was it? So, overall, that Bombshell Sheep Matador, yeah, it's a great rust door. I tell you, it's a very good rust door. So again, if you're wanting to diversify some purchasings that you do, you could go buy a batch of these Bombshell Sheep Matadors. Like, I wouldn't say no. Could that still potentially go down below its rust door price at any point? I mean, I can't sit here and say no. But with the amount that's sold, I think it's not going to be doing it much. Yeah, I don't imagine there's going to be a lot of these on the Steam market. So yeah, things are looking good. And you know, all the Bombshell doors are doing all right, except the Armoured. Armoured is a very unique story. But like even the garage doors pushing up and above $5 again. Literally just a month ago, that was sitting smack dab on $4. Now it's pushing up. So these are going up. This still has its problems, unfortunately. But that was more of a case of what went wrong with the summer, with the Steam market. Steam market was broken. All of its buy orders got killed and, well, suffering the repercussions of that. But this right here, I don't think we're struggling anything like that. So overall, yes, if you're wanting to make some purchases now, knowing that you're going to be making a whole bunch of sales literally as of tomorrow and next week and whatnot, consider making the purchase. It might be a long-term hold. It might be a short-term hold. It all depends on how much profit you potentially want to make. Have I rambled enough? I'm pretty sure I have. So $2.50 to $3 as the buy order. That's what we're going to do. And for the final abnormal skin, it is the Damascus furnace, and this one's actually going to be very easy because, yes, even though it's part of the Damascus collection, I just don't have a lot of faith in furnace skins as investments at the moment. Take a look at all the furnaces that came out during 2023. How many of them are doing good at the moment? And the answer is not a lot. Not a lot. We've got the Neon Vibes, we've got the Abyss, and that's it. Unfortunately, Spider Cocoon is still struggling a fair bit. I do feel like that will gradually go back up in price again. The main reason why those skins are doing okay is because they have the different coloured interiors, and that one right there is very flashy. That one right there is very scary. Nice, scary gimmick to it. We are very likely not going to see that doing very well. It has a very run-of-the-mill orange, red, yellow interior with its colour scheme. It's cool in terms of its like metallic design, but I just don't think it stands out that much. I don't think that many people actually care enough about the Damascus collection. We could potentially see the tier 2 armor being accepted maybe tomorrow or next week, maybe. But I just don't have a lot of faith. I don't have a lot of faith in furnace purchases and buy orders and investing. I'm probably only going to do 70 cents to 90 cents. Yeah, even if it's $2.49, I'm probably only going to do 70 cents to 90 cents. So I'm sorry if that kind of upsets you, but I've been pretty burned out with furnaces over the past year. Some of them look quite cool, and then suddenly nobody cared about them, and then they got dumped on the Steam market. The prices went down. Could a whole bunch of them potentially improve and go above their rust or price and end up in the positive? Some could, but I don't expect many. So we'll see how it all turns out. But that right there, 70 cents, 90 cents. I'm not fully into it. Sorry for yawning. Sorry, I've been talking for so long that I haven't breathed enough. So that was the last abnormal. This batch is fairly interesting, minus that one, I guess. But we do have the regular skins to talk about as well. So shall we jump in and talk? So this Industrial Bloodgate, it's done okay in terms of its sales, but I don't think this is the garage door people wanted. This is the second version, the fixed version of the transparent version that was omitted from the Rust store from a few weeks back. And whilst it's got a very cool looking design to it, I just can't help but think that's going to get neglected as time goes on. And I can't help but feel like that's probably not going to be doing very well as time goes on. I am not super enthusiastic for it. Now, I could go back over to here, do the nice little comparison. So, again, down over to here, we have the likes of the garage door, and if we could skip ahead to the nice little comparison with the transparent version, I don't want to sound mean, but it's a bit dull. It's a bit not, interesting. And, hey, can we go HD, please? I recorded you in HD for a reason. And now it's struggling. Oh, come on, not like this. Not right now, but anyway. Even though it sold a very respectable amount and whatnot, you also had to take into consideration the amount of garage doors that we received during 2023. 28. How many did we see last year? 28. Garage doors are a little bit too popular. Garage doors keep appearing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And you really, with every new skin now, they really have to stand out to make a big difference. And unfortunately, it is becoming a bit of a struggle for some of these skins. Some of them are standing out ever so nice based on certain reasons and whatnot, but quite a lot of them not so much. And when I look at this, I think it's one of quite a lot of the other ones. I see it in that category. I don't think it's going to retain its value. I do think it's going to struggle. So if I could just go back over to here, and yeah, it's okay. It's just that the original version, I'm pretty sure that's what people were expecting when they saw the current one, the one over here, in the Rust store. But no, we can't have that. It's too good. It's too pay to win. Instead, we have that one. And not even the glow-in-the-dark version of the one here. So, yeah, I just don't think it's going to hold. And I don't think I'm going to go too high in terms of my buy order price. So overall, my answer is that I think I'm only going to do 80 cents to $1. Yeah. I'm not fully strong in that, I'm afraid. I don't think it's going to hold. It wouldn't surprise me if we have another very cool looking gadget store appear at some point during January. Sorry, I yawned. But, actually, no. We do know that we're getting another Twitch drop. Yes, we're having Trust and Rust. We'll have to talk about that. Just know, we are getting a very funny garage door in about 2 weeks' time, potentially for free or in the Rust store. All right? So whilst that might look cool, I'm pretty sure the next one you're about to see, which I'll show off in a minute, you're going to prefer the other one. I'm sorry to say to Mr. Robstar, but you shouldn't be surprised. So give me a second. I will show you the Trust and Rust skins in a bit, but let me just go through the rest of these regular skins. So next up, we have the likes of the Desert Beast face mask and, of course, the chest plate. Both of them have sold a very reasonable amount, just over 12,000. But the current position they're in is we have to see more. This is the very, very, very beginning of the Desert Beast collection. If we were to see Hoodie and Pants or Tier 2 appear at some point down the line, or maybe even primitive skins, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, of course we're going to see the spike in demand, spike in price. That's like definitive. Even Legacy Kevlar, with all the sales that it had, spiked in demand, spiked in price ever so high, both of them reaching up to $6 at one point, even though there's thousands of them in circulation. So, with the likes of this, if we do see the continuations, I'm pretty sure it's going to work out all right. I'm pretty sure it's going to go up in price, spike in demand, spike in price. It's very nice. But in the meantime, is it going to hold? I don't know, and it's awkward. But do I feel optimistic that Mr. Y9J will be successful and get more acceptances? My answer is just take a look at his history from last year. He was very successful with the likes of his pirate collection and whatnot. I guess Facepunch probably look at him and think he's very reliable. So, overall, I think we could probably do between maybe like 60 cents to 80 cents. Because I do believe, for the short period of time, it's very likely going to struggle in the short term. And if we do see the continuations, I can't help but think if we were to see a continuation, a new core piece being accepted at some point in January, it very, very, very likely will be selling a lot more compared to this tier 3 armor. So overall, 60 cents to 80 cents might be the safer option. It's all a matter of what if, or will we, or can we? I don't know. But Hoodie Pants or Tier 2, we shall see. It's up to Mr. Y9J. He hasn't made a Desert Bee skin this week. Just want to point that out to you. That's why I'm not super into wanting to jump in and buy some. So, decent price to offer. Should work out quite all right. Okay, then we have the Legacy Wooden Door. Right. Yeah, no. Workshop. Take a good look at it. Whilst it pairs up very nicely with the newest building skin, it is literally just wooden door. I do not think that's going to hold any value. I am outright probably not even going to do a buy order. I just don't imagine that's going to do okay. I'm very sorry to say, but I'm sure you can understand. It's not like flashy and in colour. For what it is, an homage to times of the past. Yeah, sure. Cool. That's nice. That's cool. That's nice. I respect it. That's cool. That's nice. But yeah, no. Wooden doors are not good investments, and that doesn't stand out that well. Now, there is a little bit of optimism. The skin creator did proceed to make a small box. We could potentially have a deplorable collection and appear at some point. Maybe. We don't know, but it could happen. But 50 cents. Yeah, 50 cents. And I just wouldn't even bother, honestly, because I don't think the profit you'd make from buying these for 50 cents each is going to do much. I know, I'm sorry, but when you use a wooden door, you don't even use it for that long, do you? At the very beginning of your life cycle of your base, you're going to have some wooden doors down just to, have some doors quickly. But not too long after, you're going to have those sheet metal doors down and whatnot, and, well, I guess you're not going to even need the wooden doors anymore, are you? So, if there's not that much demand to use the actual item itself in the game, the demand for the skins isn't going to be very high either. And like I said, when we took one quick look at all the wooden door skins that you can see right here, you can clearly see that that is the case. People don't care. It's awkward. It's unfortunate. But from what you can see there, it is the answer. I'm very sorry to say. Right then, and then we have the high voltage LR300. Now, we do know there was a continuation that was submitted just a couple of days ago. However, it's all weapons and it's an AK and yeah, LR300s. Take one quick look at all of them over the past few years. How many of them are doing good? Not a lot, really. Yeah. So overall, you can clearly see that the LR300 isn't exactly doing super great. You can tell just from that the demand for using the actual weapon itself isn't very good. So overall, if there's a low demand to use the weapon, there's a low demand to use skins, and that also leads to the likes of low demand. Low demand for skins equals low prices for the skins, because people get desperate. People try their best to try and make a sale. They undercut each other and whatnot. And of course, if you look at the prices, a lot of them below and slightly above $1, because that is the unfortunate fate for an LR300 skin. And that is why we will look at this and say, I'm going to offer 70 cents to 90 cents, because that's probably the safest option in being able to buy these, but still flip them for a reasonable profit. So yeah, and worst case scenario, you can just turn it into metal and sell the metal. Yep, that is the case. Right, so from what you can see there, it was a very good Rustor in terms of investing. But tomorrow, with the first Rustor of 2024, I am expecting it to be an early Rustor. I am expecting it to be an early Rustor because we'll get the update around 7 o'clock in the afternoon, in the evening UK time for January 4. And normally with a force wipe, we tend to see the Rustor being, accepted and, uploaded about an hour earlier. So the Rustor rotation for tomorrow, the first Rustor of 2024, very likely will be appearing around 6 o'clock in the evening UK time. To be a little bit more precise, that's going to be about 20 hours from now. So be prepared for an early Rustor. You really do want to go ahead and figure out if you want to jump in and buy these skins fairly quickly. If you're watching this on Thursday and the Rustor hasn't happened yet and you haven't made a purchase, go do it now. Like if you've been thinking about it, go do it now. All right. So yeah, and with tomorrow, we do expect many people to return to play the game. So if we just quickly show a nice comparison with last year, for December 2022, we had around 86,000 people playing. Very nice, very cool. A nice boost in player count compared to November, but it only peaked at 138,000. When January rolled in, and there was a lot more people motivated to play the game, a lot of newer people because they bought it with the winter sale and whatnot. Well, for the Force Wipe, it went all the way up to 176,000. Now, I can't remember what specific day that was, but it very likely could have been Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Usually, the peak player count for the month is the first weekend in the month, after the first, after the Force Wipe and whatnot. So, yeah, I reckon the exact same thing is going to happen tomorrow. I reckon we very likely will have at least more than 150,000 people playing the game tomorrow, and from then on, over the course of this weekend, could we beat last year's peak player count for January 2023? Do you reckon we will? Feel free to comment. But, yeah, at the very tail end of the current cycle, we still had 110,000 people playing the game today. Things are looking very optimistic. Force Wipe tomorrow, the period of time which most people want to play the game, is looking to be very, very, very good. Oh, yes, indeed. Fresh Wipe, everyone's on equal terms, equal grounds, and, well, it's a lot more fun to play. So, everything's looking fine. Right, so what skins could we potentially see being accepted tomorrow? If I quickly hop over to here, well, not that bit, sorry. We've had some very interesting Rust Workshop skin submissions over the past weekend, and, well, first things first, you should be well aware of TGG's top picks. So all the skins that you see here, we actually looked at last week with the, Rustor rotation, Rust Workshop skin submissions from the previous week. But, yeah, very nice, potential, interesting candidates. And as I scroll down, what do you see in terms of the clothing and armor? Did I already pass the clothing and armor? Yes, I did, because I'm an idiot. I don't think there's much that could potentially take away from Legacy Kevlar getting accepted. Now, if we were to see Legacy Kevlar being accepted tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised if Face Punch makes a ton of money. So why wouldn't they want to do that? Let's just see if this appears now. Is it fixed? There we go. Right. So, there's a lot of very interesting potential skins as an early pick, and if you want to go see all of them, please consider watching my Rust Workshop Skin Checks video on my YouTube. But we do have some interesting continuations. We have the likes of Abyss, boots and gloves there. That would definitely cause the likes of Abyss collection to have a nice boost in demand, boost in price. We've had a lovely talk about Legacy Kevlar, but even Damascus Tier 2 has appeared. If you did that, and that, I'd have thought that's a great Rustor. Like, that's going to be amazing, wonderful. But I'm leaning more towards the likes of just this and this, I think would likely be the answer. Like, Face Punch, if you're watching this right now, accept both this, and you will just print money. Especially with all the people potentially jumping in tomorrow. Yeah, like, honestly, like, imagine all the people that will be playing the game, and when they're in-game and decide, I'm just going to take a quick look at the Rustor, they're going to see all of those skins. And, well, that will lead to a lot more sales and a lot more profit. So, not too hard to comprehend, not too hard to understand. There is a very good potential Rustor that could appear tomorrow. And I wouldn't rule out the possibility, much like with what we had here, we might get like one very random late pick. Or maybe two. Who knows? We might get some older armor and clothing skins. That would still be pretty cool. What could we potentially see? I don't know. Could I have my Redemption Kilt and my Thundergold Kilt? And my Elite Crate Kilt. Come on, I need some collections to be a little bit finished. But anyway, overall, very optimistic for tomorrow in terms of player counts and potential profits. So we shall see. We shall see. So with that, I feel like I've rambled more than enough. I think we can go ahead and skip ahead to do the Bilders now. So I'm going to snap my fingers and we're going to skip to the future. Right then, people. So, it's going to be a bit of a race, isn't it? Oh, yes, indeed. I'm prioritising doing the Baldron Legacy Kevlar Kilt first. It is now midnight. Refresh and... Nope. Now, here we go. Instantly, 13,000 bilders. Oh, my God. Okay, back over to here. Whoosh. Refresh. Yep, that happened. Damn it. Right, do I just go £2? Yeah, I'm just going to go £2. Yes. Screw it, just go all in. Just do it, just do it, just do it. And no Berserker Thompson just yet. Not even a Damascus furnace. Right, so, yeah, that was a bit wild. 13,000 bilders within a nanosecond on the Kilt. Just your normal average rust store situation. Abnormal bilders situation. Oh, whatever. I mucked that up. No joke there. Oh, I'm speaking human. Don't worry. I'm alive. I'm good. I'm human man thing. Wait, did I go all in too quickly? I did. Oh no. Do I even want to do another bilder now? I went too high too quickly. Screw it, I'll just put the secondary bilder here. No. Screwed up there. I went too strong. I forgot this isn't something I was going super strong on. Yeah, I kind of mucked that one up. Oh well, just normal Hedge things. Hedge issue. Hedge issue. Hedge screwed up again. La da 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 da. Oh well, we try. And over here, do we have the... Oh, we do. Okay, so do I really want to go that high on this? Not really. Some people did. I noticed that. Oh yes, I did. I noticed that. But I'm thinking they're in for a rude awakening at some point. And if I go to here, back over to here, oh, am I even in control of myself here? Like, I haven't done a bild on this one yet. Right, okay. All right, so on this account, 0.74, and I request 20 because I don't actually think I'm going to be buying any. And if it does get pretty low quickly, then I'll be quick to avoid that. Right, so as you might notice, I have a decent amount of money on this account. And if you watch one of my most recent videos, I've made a very big fuss about a certain something. I've been doing some very big fat bilders on this account because I'm pushing to get this exhausted, and I'm getting quite close to it now. So I'm up to 16,263. When I get this account up to £1,700, that'll be my maximum Steam wallet that's allowed. Yeah, I'm going to try and do £17,000 worth of bilders, and I'm fine with that. I'll leave it to be. I'll leave that to be because it'll be exhausted. It won't be able to do any more bilders. It won't be able to sell anything. So I'll just leave it. It'll be like a zombie, but gradually over time, I'll just keep buying and buying and buying and buying and buying out of all the random bilders that I have. And if you look at this, trust me when I say, over the past several weeks, I've just been buying non-stop. Look at all of this. Look at all of that. Just random assortments of various silly little things, but all for a very considerable cheaper price. And eventually, at some point in the future, I will sell all of that for a much better price. But if I don't really do anything to this account, what I can do is with everything I buy for cheaper, I could just trade it over to another account. I could just sell it on that other account. So with an exhausted account, this is actually a very cool strategy you could do, but you do need to have multiple accounts. So this would just buy, and I have more than enough money to be able to afford all of those things. And like I said, if I can't do any more bilders in it, then it's not really any good to me at the current time. So I'll just leave it be. It'll just exist, and it'll just buy, and that's cool. So I'm getting closer to it. And if you want to learn more about what I've just talked about there, if you go over to here, and look at the likes of this video, exhausting accounts and older Christmas bilder examples, that explains basically everything. So just wanted to point all of that out to all of you. Right then, so we're going to skip ahead to a reasonable amount of time, and we're going to discuss the abnormal bilder support. Right, people, we're back. So as you can see, we see some prices on these skins now, but let's actually go ahead and take a look at the abnormal barter support, and, well, as expected, Legacy Kevlar Kilt has barters pushing all the way up to $2.50. Absolutely ridiculous, but expected, alright? Now, as we pointed out a little bit earlier, in some countries, people actually have to pay extra tax when they make a purchase in the Rust store and whatnot, because it's all connected to Steam, but it's actually cheaper for them to just put down a stronger barter like this. Overall, yes, that is the case. So, to see that, not at all surprised. And, well, if you were to sit here and say, I wonder if I want to go ahead and buy a Legacy Kevlar Kilt right about now, honestly, it doesn't look like it's going to blow its Rust Store price anytime soon. That right there has a lot of hype behind it, and I'm pretty sure I'm probably encouraged a lot of it earlier. So, where's that botted buy order? There he is. Now, that must be one buy order connected with another one, because when I first saw this, it had over 13,000 buy orders. Pretty sure this is two buy orders together. So, maybe the really big, fat, obscene one gets removed at some point, leaving behind one that's only got like a few thousand buy orders. Probably. I don't know how it all works. I haven't been keeping track properly, but that happened. That happened. So aside from this, I don't think we're going to see many of them selling below $1. I'm pretty sure it's all going to be around $2 to $2.50. There is so many buy orders above $2 that it is ridiculous. Like, you're looking easily maybe between 1,000 to 2,000 possibly there, maybe. I might be wrong. But overall, you can clearly see the support is strong in this one. So if you were to consider, I might want to go ahead and buy a whole bunch of these, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I want to do that. This is looking to have a wonderful time. Now, gradually, over time, it will do all right by itself. But if we do see those being accepted potentially tomorrow for the first January, Rust Store, or again, maybe in the second week, well, we're going to have a good time. Yes, I don't think I need to say anything else like that right there. New core piece, by default. Core pieces that already exist will spike in demand, spike in price. We literally saw that with the likes of Legacy Kevlar Tier 3. Same thing will apply to the Kilt. Kilt is expected to have a wonderful time, but even without the hoodie and pants, I'm still pretty sure it's going to do all right gradually as time goes on. If the black gold Kilt is selling for $9, I'm pretty sure that can too. So, overall, things are looking very, very good. If you want to buy that, go right ahead. I'm going to go buy some. You don't have to buy some simply because I'm doing it, but you're allowed to think for yourself. Whatever, you do. Right, so over to here, we have the likes of the Bombshell sheet metal door. 7,000 barters would buy. Oh, wow, 7,000. Where's all that come from? Mostly here, 5,000 here. So, yeah, same thing, botted buy orders. Very awkward, unfortunate, but it is what it is. But as we scroll up a little bit more, you can see that it's looking very strong all the way up into and above $2. So from here to here, again, looking very, very strong. This doesn't look like it's going to be going down to less than $2 anytime soon. So if you were to question, do I want to go ahead and buy this Bombshell sheet metal door at all? I'll be honest with you, I'm looking at like I'm thinking I'm going to do it. If you're optimistic with tomorrow and throughout the rest of this month that post-Christmas is really going to kick into gear, loads of people are going to be playing the game. Loads of people are going to be demanding skins and whatnot. Yes. This will be going up in price. Maybe not instantly, amazingly, straight away. Sure, it's fine. But because with the scenario we saw with the likes of the Blizzard ID, double little sheet metal door, and of course the Bombshell sheet metal double door, it's looking like it's basically playing out exactly all over again, but with Brutalist sheet metal door and this sheet metal door. So, to all the people who missed out on the Brutalist sheet metal door, as it gets more and more expensive, people are going to look around for an alternative. And that right there, perfectly suitable, perfectly fine alternative. Right? So, if there is at least some very nice demand, which, as I said, alternatives, that will be doing all right. That will be doing better than its $3 price. That will be having a comfortable future. And I must reiterate, it didn't sell that much. Maybe it will sell a few more in the lead up to tomorrow. Fair enough, cool, understood, but I don't think it's still going to be enough. It's definitely sold less than my expectations. Now, there could be a potential that some people bought a whole bunch of them on a private account out there somewhere, keeping them hidden away. That could also happen, but I still don't think it was enough. So overall, that is also, currently, with what we see here, looking to be a perfectly fine thing to consider buying if you so wish. Sounds good. Right, then we look at the likes of the Berserker Thompson, 2,000 requests to buy. Do we have a botted buy order? I don't think so. No, I don't know. I can't tell. It doesn't look like we see any thousands there. But overall, still looking very strong, looking very nicely built up. But it's a $3 skin, and the borders only go up to about $2.10. Still very good, but it's not like perfect. It's not like the Kilt and the door. This, as I said, there is going to be points during 2024 where prices are down for all Rust skins. This is expected to go down, not insanely, but down below its Rust store price at some point. That is the expectation. It does have a home. Berserker collection is liked, but that right there, it's going to go down at some point. Especially considering with all the Thompsons we've been seeing as of recent, Twitch drops and whatnot. So that right there, gentlemen, whilst it's a cool looking skin, with the bilders, that's the point where I think will be the lowest point. So pick them up whilst you can. But at some point down the line, maybe towards the end of next year, 2024, December 2024, leading into January 2025, maybe it'll pick up and go for a much higher price around then. Surely, maybe, possibly. But even the summertime, yep, it'll go up during then as well. So, yeah, springtime, probably going to end up around this price. Summertime, probably double in price. That would be nice, wouldn't it? That would be nice, but we've got to go through all of it, don't we? Yes, indeed, we have to go through all of that. All right, then, so if you were to want to buy this, but not buy it for its $3 price, you could just put down a $2.50 buy order. You will buy one eventually, for sure, 100%. If you put down a $2.50 buy order, you will pick these up. But we'll see what happens from here on now. Sounds good? Damascus Furnace wasn't very, invested towards the likes of this, and as you can see, the vast majority of barders down to less than $1. Some of them creeping over. That's cool, I guess, but no, this doesn't look like it's going to be retaining its value. This doesn't look like it's going to be doing a good job in potentially being a nice investment. I don't like going all in on furnaces. I'm not confident in them at all, especially after 2023. So overall, with the likes of what we have here, no, it's not going to retain its value. $2.49. Highest buy order, only $1.34, and there's not many of them. Yeah, that's looking like it's going to potentially crash and burn, which is quite a coincidence because it's made of fire, sort of. Well, anyway, moving on. That is the abnormal buy orders. So both the Kilt and the door after the buy orders also look like it's perfectly fine to jump in and buy into them. So if you're sitting here watching this video on Thursday and the Rust store hasn't rotated yet, I would make that decision quickly, all right? Like I said, the Rust store rotation is expected to be an early one for the Force White. If it isn't, I'd be surprised, but it's expected to be an early Rust store for January 4, 2024. I don't know what we potentially could see, but we did give some expectations a little bit earlier. Look in the description of this video to see the chapters. Now, one thing I forgot to mention was the Twitch drops, the garage door. What was I talking about? Let's go take a look. So, back over to here. Remember, I would definitely recommend you keep an eye on the likes of my Twitter because I'm always retweeting things and mentioning things related to Rust and whatnot. From what you just saw there, well, there you go. It's a sneak peek. So here we are. Credit to Mr. Shelby on Twitter for getting all of these images. The Trust and Rust Twitch drops are going to be taking place between January 13 to January 20th. There is a special event taking place for like 40, how many people? Was there like 40 teams of 5? It's ridiculous. There's a lot of people involved. And here are your skins produced for the event. I don't think these are all the skins. I think there's still some more. And I'll explain that in a little bit, just a second. But yeah, you've got a reasonably cool looking Thompson here, AK, got some cool weapons here. This is an interesting match. Clone stuff. Always nice to see. People do like it. Double sheepman door right there. That's nice. Collect wood. Yes, we're getting some nice references to older content from the past. Collect wood. Oh, and it's got some transparency there as well, it seems. Oh, but the garage door I was referencing right there. Do you remember this video? I'm sure many of you at some point over the past 10 years or so, if you like Rust, you've seen this video. That garage door is referencing this. And it's beautiful. It is wonderful. So that is really awesome to see. So with the likes of all of that, pretty sure the vast majority of it will be Twitch drops. Like I said, it is expected that some of it will be in the Rust store. So if you can remember, early 2023, we had this Rust store. Do you remember when the clone fridge was available? $4, but all proceeds go towards charity. So if you're feeling charitable, if you sold a whole bunch of skins, right, with your post-Christmas profits and whatnot, right, consider buying some. But that's not going to be tomorrow. This is going to be the week following, okay? So when we have the nice Rust store tomorrow, hopefully it's nice, just know that the week after, next week, we're expecting to have some charity skins, which won't be marketable, won't be tradable, but it's all for a good cause. So that is the expectation. And yeah, so you're going to get free skins as Twitch drops, and you'll be able to buy some for a good cause. Make sense? All good? Cool? Cool. So, yeah, just something to keep an eye out for. What's this? Take a look as we identify. Oh yeah, no, that was me. That was me. I like. Oh no, that's TikTok. So yeah, if you want to be up to date in regards to the absolute newest skins that were submitted, please consider watching my Rust Workshop skin checks. There are some very interesting collection continuations, but overall, not that much. It wasn't that many skins either. 75. Yeah, that's very low compared to what we normally see. But yeah, it's reasonable to go through. What am I looking at here? I've gone too far. Oh, that's us comparing our buy order IDs to find out who has the lowest one. The person with the lowest buy order ID is the person who has the best buy order priority. I'm looking at all of these other people. I think I'm the winner. Oh yeah, I beat everyone. No, I didn't beat Chucky Chew. Damn it. Well, lucky you, Chucky Chew. You beat me. Enjoy your profits, if it's allowed. Pound sterling does like to get favoured. Oh yes, it does. So once again, look at the likes of TGG's top picks, go through all of these skins, get a good idea of what potentially could be picked. But I'm confident. It's gotta be Legacy Kevlar. Like, unless they pick out some random clothing and armor skins from way back in the past, I just can't see what else could take that away from it. Maybe the Abyss. If they only pick Abyss, okay. But listen, if we don't see this tomorrow, don't rule out the possibility of next week. All right, just stay calm. Stay calm. All right then, so that's it. Is there anything else we could mention? I guess we could mention the awkwardness of what's expected to happen with the likes of Lunar New Year and Valentines. So as you can see right here, this is a calendar for 2024. Well, as we roll into February, Lunar New Year takes place on the 10th of February. On the 14th of February, we have Valentines. We have one Rust store where both of these dates take place. There's a very likely instance where we're going to have Lunar New Year skins, and then around the weekend possibly, we'll then see Valentine skins being added. That might happen, or it might just be a hybrid of both. I don't know, but that's something to look forward to, I guess. So we've just found it out recently, and it has happened before, so look forward to that, I guess. Stupid things going on. And what's currently on the front page? What do we see? Yep, blackout. Bombshell, whiteout, the usual suspects. They're still getting bought out. And as of tomorrow, potentially everything else. And, well, if all things follow to our plans, Legacy Kevlar will do so as well. Oh, yes. Did Brutalist Garage Daughters lose even more quantity? Oh, my God. Right, well, there you go. Oh, one final thing to talk about. Legacy Bow's gone now. Legacy Bow is now gone. So, as of tomorrow, that should be out the Rust store. It persisted for 4 weeks. They did point that out, but as of tomorrow, it's now January. We're not seeing that in the Rust store anymore. Will it do all right? What do you reckon? So from here and now, with the Legacy Bow, do you reckon it's going to be going up in price or not? We don't know how many of these sold, because this was made by Face Punch. It doesn't have a workshop page, so we can't see the subscriber count or anything. But, yeah. It's already below its Rust store price here, but would it magically go up in price now that it's no longer in the Rust store? I don't know. Right then, chat. Are you ready to say goodbye? Say goodbye to YouTube? Unless you have any other questions. Why would they accept more Legacy when the 10-year event is over? Because it's selling very well. Tomorrow, we're expecting a lot of people to return to playing the game. And when they see it, they very likely will buy it. Therefore, there's going to be a lot of profit potentially to be made. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Money. Money. We've got to have money. We've got to have money. Does that sound good? Right, so yeah, Face Punch could get very rich tomorrow if they pick the right skins. Will they? We shall find out. Catch you later. See you, goodbye.